All right, everybody. So what we're going to do now is just do a quick AirDrop tutorial, just so you know kind of how to get pictures from your phone to your Mac. So the first thing that we're going to do is take a look at maybe just get some pictures. I'm going to go into my pictures and pick out a picture that I want from the albums. There's a picture of swarm of bees at my in-laws place that just found their way to a tree on Saturday. So I would click on the bottom left hand corner where with the arrow, with the box with the arrow going up, and it gives me an AirDrop. Bottom left hand corner there, I go to there, and it gives me some options, whatever's on the Wi-Fi and close, and the MacBook Pro is there. So it'll pop up, and at that point I can accept it, and I can either open it in the photos or save it to my downloads. I'll open it in the photos, and it'll open in the photos at that time, and I'm sure it's in our photos at that point. And then at that point we have all of our picture uploaded or into that spot, and you're all set to go. So that's just one way that you can get pictures to your Mac from your phone. And then after you get picture to your Mac from the phone, we're going to talk about how to put it in a number of different items here. So that's really about it for the first part of the series here, to get a picture onto your Mac from your phone. And we'll start the next piece of this project. So thanks, everybody. All right, so the next part of this process here is to take a look at QuickTime. QuickTime is on your Mac, and it gives you an opportunity to do a couple of different things: a screencast, a movie, or an audio that you can record all from one spot. So we're going to talk about that. So you've done the AirDrop, and we've got a picture onto the Mac from your phone to your Mac. And so now we're going to talk a little bit about what it could be when it comes to the getting some more video, some more recording. So what you're going to do is you have a couple of different ways you can get to QuickTime. You can either go up to the spotlight search and type in QuickTime player, and it'll come up right there, and you can click on it. Or you can go down to this little finder here in the corner, click on that, and go to applications, and then find QuickTime in the applications there, which is right here, and then you've got it up and go from there. So QuickTime gives you a couple different options. If you go to File, you can do a movie recording, an audio recording, or a screen recording. And so we'll start with the movie recording. And if you click on the movie recording, it'll give you a movie recording. There it is. So there it is. You can do your movie. You can move it around wherever you want it. You can decide where you want the movie to come from, either FaceTime camera, or if you have another camera connected to it. You can use your internal mic, or if you have an external mic like I have right here, you can utilize that if you want as well. And then you just click record right here on that red button, and as soon as you click record, it would begin recording. And then you can kind of see that you can go do the recording and do the recording and do the recording, and then when you're finished with the recording, you can click stop, and it's going to come up as a QuickTime movie. And at that point, you can do a couple different things with it. You can either delete out of it if you want and click out of it, and it'll allow you to delete it, or you can name it and save it. You can save it to a number of different places. I usually save stuff to my desktop to get that out, and then you can click save, and it'll be, you'll save on your desktop. So I'm going to delete this just so we don't have it. The next one is the audio recording, and it interacts relatively similarly. So click on the audio recording, and it'll allow you to just click to record audio from either your external mic or an internal mic. If you want to do like a podcast or anything like that, you can do it right from here, and it'll save as an MP3. So you just record from here, and it would allow you to record. And now I'm recording the audio, and then when you're done with the audio, and as you're done recording it, if you click on stop and you click the X, it gives you the same type of screen where you can either save it or you can delete it. And I'm going to delete that one. And then finally, it gives you an opportunity to screen record. And if you want to screen record, there's a couple of different things that you can do with screen recording. If you click new screen recording, it'll allow you to, once you click the red button here, it'll allow you to record the entire screen if you want. So you can record everything that's going on your screen. Or if you want, if you have a presentation that you want to play on just a piece of your screen so you can kind of see what's next or whatever, you can click out a piece of the screen that you want to record. And then it'll only record this part of that screen. And then you click start recording and it'll start recording and go, you'll be able to see this kind of mouse go in and out. And then when you're done recording, you click up here in the top right, or up on their top toolbar, which is where the circle is, and it'll allow you to see where your recording is. You can see where the mouse was going all around. Then you click again, the same process, and I delete that as well. So those are some things that you can utilize with QuickTime, and it's just a really quick way to get a movie recording, an audio recording, or a screen recording. If you do the screen recording, it does not record your image recording it as some other programs do, like Screencastify. So you wouldn't have your image in the corner, but it would just record the audio and the screen. So those are a couple different ways to use QuickTime as a recording tool. So thank you very much, everybody. All right, everybody, so the last piece of this series, we've done the AirDrop and we've talked about QuickTime, and the last part of the series is looking at Keynote. So Keynote is a presentation software, as is PowerPoint or Google Slides. And so you can either come down to the lower bar here, your toolbar here, and click Keynote right there if you want, or you can go to the Finder and click on Applications and then go to Keynote there, and it'll open up in either way is fine. Obviously you can get to it. So when you open Keynote, you can go to File and New, and it allows you to either, with a number of different templates, you can do a standard template or you can do a wide template. I usually use the wide template. And there's a number of different types of templates here that if you want to use, that have some embedded text into it and fonts already picked out. So you can choose any of those. You could choose a blank template where you can make all of that up, or you could choose a modern template and modern type, or any of these, doesn't matter. So you can choose, let's say you choose modern type, and it really gets you to the first screen. Over here on the left side, you have your screens, or you have your slides. Then you have your slide, and then you can do a couple different things with it. The first thing that I always do when I get into Keynote is change the view. So the view, if you go to Show Presenter Notes, right here, Show Presenter Notes, it'll put the slide into a spot that you can like see the full slide, which is kind of what I was looking for. So here's the title slide, and then you can add a few slides to this if you want. You can add one with a photo. You can add another slide here with just some text, and you can add another one with a title and a photo like that too. So if you want, so maybe I'll add a so like a blank one, or a blank, like just a blank photo at the end there, or a blank at the end that I could add some stuff to. So anyway, so those are all ways to do that. So what I'd like you to do, or what you'll eventually do, is come up with a couple slides, and then we're going to add some text to this slide. So once you have it here, you can do a couple different things with that, with the slide. You can double click and start adding text. Double click to edit text here, and it'll go all the way default to the font that's already there. And we're going to call this welcome back. All right, we can do that. And then, so that could be my first slide if I wanted. And then the next slide, I could go to, I could make this into, let's say, summer trip. I could do that. And then we're going to call this bee swarm, because we'll put a picture in there of the bee swarm there. So the thing that I can do here is, if I want, so I've got the welcome back slide, and the second slide is this, maybe a summer trip with the bee swarm. If I click on the picture and delete it, it'll give me a chance to put my own picture in there if I want, and I can come down here to photos, And earlier we added this photo of the bee, so I can just take it right from photos and add it to my Keynote, and it's going to add right in there. And then I can do a lot of things with this if I want. I can either drag from the top corner down and make it, you know, a little bit smaller so it fits in. If I want to do that, I can do that. If I would like to just take out a piece of this picture, I could take the photo and go to the image over here on the right, and I could edit it in terms of how much I see. So I could kind of bring this in, and I could bring this in just so we see the swarm of bees there. And once I bring it in and in there, I can click done, and it changes the you know, obviously how much is seen. So I could do that, and I've got my picture all set there. So that's just one way you can edit your picture and go from there. Next slide, if you want to go to add some text, and then maybe it's looking forward to school and some things that I'm looking forward to. We're going to look forward to, I'll double click on the text there, and that's COVID training, because why not? I'm looking forward to obviously seeing staff. I'm looking forward to the fall, and I'm looking forward to staying in school. All right, and there we go. So I've got all those things. If I don't want to use this text, I can just simply delete that text, and that's all taken care of up there. I'm going to do the same thing over here. This time on my next slide, I'm actually going to, here's a video tutorial that we're going to do. And if I want, I could add some text there. If I don't want that text, I can just delete that text. I could delete this text. And if I want to keep that video, I could do that. Or if I click down here, it'll take me to a number of different photos that we've already done, or movies that we've added. We could do that. Those will go right to your Photos app if you want. Or if you want, you can just delete this, and you can move over to maybe a video that you made and we put either on our desktop earlier, which was the QuickTime video that we made earlier. And if we want, we can add that right there and put that in however we want to right there. So now we've got the movie right there. And then maybe my fifth slide, I want to add some text. So I'll add some text right here. I just click on the text bar, add, and then I'm going to add text. Let's say I'm going to add thanks for watching. And there it is. So I can use that text and do all kinds of different things if I want with that text. If I want to, if I click on the text bar and I want to make it bigger, I could simply just make it bigger like that by clicking the up arrow. If I want to change the text, if I want to change it to a different type of font, I could do that. I could change the color if I chose, because green, because duh, right? I could do that, even though I can't see it. So all that stuff will work there. If I want to add it just a little bit bigger, let's just make this a little bit bigger. You can actually, if you want, instead, you could just actually put a number in front of it and then move it, get it to the middle. If you stretch these out, it'll allow you to keep it all on one line. If you want, I'd have to make this a little bit smaller. So if I make it a little bit smaller, then it'll work out. I'm actually gonna have to do it like this. So let's do this and turn this into let's do it into 75, and then it goes back to where it was. So then we can move it to the middle, and from there you're all set to go. So if I say thanks for watching, then we're all set. And then if I want to play it, I can just play it by doing this. Go to the play button right here, and it'll allow me to play all of my slides. And it'll actually play the video at the end. And then there it is. And thanks for watching. And then you're out. So that's really it. I mean, you can do all kinds of fun stuff here if you want. If you wanted to transition the slides, you could come up here and go to Animate and add an effect in between slides. So you click on the slide that you want, and you can add it, maybe dissolve that into the next slide. If you want to click on this one, and maybe this is a confetti. I mean, I'm not a big transition guy, so I don't really know too many of them. The one transition that I use a lot that I think gets that I think works pretty well is this is what they call a magic move. So if I click on this one and I click Control C for copy, and I bring it to the next slide and Control V to put it together, I can get the Fall Creek School District in there. And then if I wanted to, I could take this and change this to a magic move, and it would move the one thing that's consistent in these two slides, which is Fall Creek School District. So when I play it, it turns out to look like that. So that's kind of fun. That's really one of the only transitions that I use, to be really honest. But that gives you a chance to kind of get through a couple of different slides. So now that we've got you, what we want you to do at this point is you've learned how to take a picture from your phone, move it to your Mac, and then take a screenshot, or I'm sorry, like a movie that you've made, and you've done and you've learned how to do PowerPoint. So what we want you to do is we want you to create 5 slides, 5 Keynote slides, and use a picture. We want you to AirDrop a picture from your phone to your Mac, and then create a movie, just a very quick movie or screencast using QuickTime, and then finally put those 2 things in 5 slides on a Keynote presentation and go from there. Now, when you save it and you save your Keynote, you can save it a number of different ways. You can just save it by clicking Save, and it'll allow you to change it. So we're going to call this FC Welcome Fun, and that goes to our desktop. We can save it right there, and then you're good to go. So we don't know what we're going to do with it at this point, but we also want to make sure that you do these components. So you're going to AirDrop, screencast, or make a movie, and then put together a 5-slide presentation that helps you just kind of take you through some of the stuff. And you can change the font, you can do some transitions, just mess around with it, honestly. Just really dive into it and go from there. All right, that's all we got. Hope that works out for you, and I look forward to seeing what you have. Take care, everybody.